We're celebrating as the Tin Caps return back to baseball. We're live here at Parkview Field.
Now, we've been constantly hounding our weather team for updates, hoping for perfect conditions for this opening day game and our broadcast. Now, Matt will have that full forecast coming up in a little bit, but first, we check in with a local college team to see how their approach changes based on the weather. Hustle up, David. The coaches and players at St. Francis have a pretty good idea on the weather they want to play in.
I love 75 and sunny.
Don't like a lot of wind, nice and sunny, some clouds in the sky.
That's usually not happening here, so it's usually cold.
Those ideal conditions can happen, but since the Cougars play in the Midwest, they see a little bit of everything.
Every day at the baseball field is a different day. Unlike basketball where you get to be inside, baseball you're kind of at the whim of the elements.
We practice in everything that we can, so I think we're pretty well prepared for what we will play in.
Temperature, moisture, wind. Every detail of the forecast can have an impact on how players approach the game of baseball.
Say it's a cold day like today, the ball's not going to be flying very far. It's going to hurt a little bit more to hit the ball if you don't hit it cleanly.
If it's windy and a ball goes up in the air, you're counting on several different people to communicate effectively. And where the ball starts is definitely not where it's going to finish. So it's important that the communication is in sync and perfect.
Some of the weather effects make perfect sense. If the wind's blowing a certain direction, it'll push the ball that way. Other things require a bit more explanation, like why warmer temperatures lead to more home runs. To answer that question, we check in with our resident weather expert.
Hi, Zach. Yeah, it seems contradictory, but we need both heat and humidity
to hit more home runs. Let me explain. So, warm air expands, and as it does so, humid air becomes less dense, and that makes it so that there's less air friction, and therefore the ball's easier to travel through the air. Now, we have something else to talk about. It's not just humidity, but we've got altitude and pressure. That's why in Colorado there's more home runs than really any other place in the country. Temperature needs to be kind of on the warmer side of things, and also the wind speed needs to be pretty high, and it needs to go, of course, with the ball to help it fly through the air.
The Cougars do their best to stay connected to the latest forecasts and make adjustments as needed.
It definitely keeps you on your toes. Like you say, you do have to look days ahead to see what the weather is going to entail. But, that's part of coaching.
Baseball teams like USF will keep grinding through all the different weather that comes along, and maybe meteorologists like Matt can throw the occasional 75 and sunny their way.